Title: The Mystery of the Silent Clock. Chapter 1. The Clock Stops Ticking. In the small town of Willow Creek, life moved slowly. The streets were lined with old brick houses, and a tall clock tower stood in the town square, its steady tick-tock a comfort to everyone. The townspeople relied on it. Farmers set their days by it. Children raced home when it chimed 6, and old Mrs. Harper swore it kept her heart beating. But one foggy morning in October, the clock stopped. Sam Carter was 25, with dark hair and a quiet way about him. He wasn't a detective by trade. He fixed bicycles at his little shop on Elm Street, but he loved puzzles. When he walked to work that morning and noticed the silence, he frowned. The clock's hands were frozen at 3:15. "That's odd," he muttered, his breath visible in the cold air. By noon, the town was buzzing. People gathered in the square, staring up at the tower. "It's never stopped before," said Mr. Evans, the baker, wiping flour off his hands. "Not in 50 years. Mrs. Harper, leaning on her cane, added, "It's a bad sign. Something's wrong." Sam listened, his curiosity growing. He decided to investigate. He climbed the narrow stairs to the clock tower, the wood creaking under his boots. Inside, the giant gears were still, covered in dust. But something caught his eye, a small, silver key lying on the floor, glinting in the dim light. He picked it up, turning it over in his hand. Who left this here? He wondered aloud. Back in the square, he showed the key to his friend Ellie, a cheerful girl who worked at the library. She had curly red hair and a sharp mind. "Looks old," she said, peering at it. "Maybe it's a clue." Sam nodded. The clock didn't stop on its own. "I'm going to find out why." That night, as fog thickened around Willow Creek, Sam couldn't sleep. The silent clock felt like a mystery calling his name. He didn't know it yet, but that key would unlock more than just a broken machine. Chapter 2. The Stranger in the Fog. The next morning, Sam met Ellie at the library. "Let's figure out what this key opens," he said, holding it up. Ellie pulled out a stack of old town records, dusty books with yellowed pages. "If it's from the clock tower, it might belong to something else here," she said, flipping through the pages. They found a drawing of the tower from 1890. It showed a locked box built into the base, hidden behind a stone panel. "A secret compartment?" Sam asked, excited. Ellie grinned. "Let's check it out." In the square, they searched the tower's base. Sam pressed a loose stone and it clicked. A small door slid open, revealing a rusty box. The key fit perfectly. Inside was a folded letter, its ink faded but readable. "To the keeper of time, beware the shadow that moves at night." Below was a name, Henry Grayson, and a date, October 15th, 1925. "That's exactly 50 years ago," Ellie said, her eyes wide. "Who's Henry Grayson?" Sam asked. Ellie didn't know, but she promised to dig deeper. As they left the tower, a figure watched from the fog, a tall man in a long coat, his face hidden. Sam didn't see him, but he felt a chill, like someone was close. That afternoon, Sam visited Mr. Evans at the bakery. "Ever heard of Henry Grayson?" he asked. Mr. Evans paused, his hands kneading dough. Old name. He was the clockmaker who built the tower. Disappeared one night long ago. Folks said he went mad. Sam frowned. Why? Mr. Evans shrugged. No one knows. Just stories. Back home, Sam studied the letter. Beware the shadow, he whispered. The words stuck with him. That night, he heard footsteps outside his shop, slow, deliberate. He peeked through the window but saw only fog. The key sat on his table, gleaming faintly, as if it knew something he didn't. Chapter 3. The Hidden Workshop. Ellie called Sam the next day. I found something, she said, her voice buzzing with excitement. At the library, she showed him a newspaper clipping from 1925. It read, Clockmaker Henry Grayson, missing after strange behavior. The article said Henry had been seen arguing with a man in a long coat near the tower, days before he vanished. There's more, Ellie said. She handed him a map, drawn by hand, tucked into an old book. It marked a spot in the woods outside town, a place labeled HG's workshop. Henry's? Sam masked. Ellie nodded. We should go. They grabbed coats and a flashlight and headed into the woods. The air was damp and leaves crunched underfoot. After an hour, they found it, a crumbling shed hidden by trees. The door was locked, but the silver key turned smoothly. Inside, dust covered everything, tools, gears, and a workbench. On the wall hung a portrait of a man with sharp eyes. Henry Grayson. Sam spotted a journal on the bench. Its pages were filled with sketches of the clock tower and frantic notes. One entry read, He wants the secret. I hid it where time stands still. If I fail, the shadow wins. Sam looked at Ellie. What secret? She shook her head. Maybe something in the tower? As they left, Sam noticed fresh footprints outside. Big, heavy boots. Someone's been here, he said, his stomach tightening. Ellie grabbed his arm. Sam, look. In the distance, the man in the long coat stood, watching. He turned and vanished into the trees. Who is he? Ellie whispered. Sam didn't answer, but he knew they were getting close to something dangerous. That night, the fog grew thicker. Sam locked his doors, the journal and key beside him. He couldn't shake the feeling that the shadow Henry feared was still out there waiting. Chapter 4. The Nighttime Chase. The next day, Sam and Ellie returned to the tower. If Henry hid something where time stands still, it's here, Sam said. They searched every corner, tapping walls and floors. Ellie found a loose gear near the clock's heart. Behind it was a small slot. The key clicked and a panel opened, revealing a brass box. Inside was a tiny clock, stopped at 3:15, and a note. The shadow seeks the heart. Protect it. Sam held the clock. The heart of the tower? Ellie guessed. Maybe it's what keeps it running. Before they could think more, a shadow fell across the room. The man in the long coat stood at the door, his face pale and stern. Give it to me, he growled. Sam clutched the clock. Who are you? The man stepped closer. That's not your business. Hand it over, or you'll regret it. Ellie shouted, "Run!" They bolted down the stairs, the man chasing them. In the square, they darted through the fog, his heavy steps behind them. Sam tripped, dropping the clock. The man lunged, but Ellie grabbed a stick and swung, hitting his arm. He cursed and stumbled, giving them time to escape. At Sam's shop, they locked the door, panting. "He's after this," Sam said, holding the clock. Ellie nodded. "But why? What's so special about it?" They examined it closer. A faint hum came from inside, and a seam suggested it could open, but it wouldn't budge. "We need help," Sam said. "Someone who knows clocks." They decided to visit Mr. Porter, the town's watchmaker, the next day. But that night, Sam heard glass break. He ran downstairs. His shop window was shattered, and the man was gone. So was the journal. Chapter 5. The Watchmaker's Clue. Morning came gray and cold. Sam and Ellie went to Mr. Porter's shop, a tiny place filled with ticking clocks. Mr. Porter was old, with thick glasses and steady hands. Sam showed him the tiny clock. "Can you open it?" he asked. Mr. Porter studied it, then nodded. "It's a Grayson design. Clever man, Henry." With a small tool, he pried it open. Inside was a crystal gear, glowing faintly. "This is rare," Mr. Porter said. "It's a power source, keeps a clock running forever. Henry must have made it." Sam's eyes widened. "That's the secret?" Ellie added. "And the shadow wants it." Mr. Porter frowned. "Be careful. Power like that draws trouble." He told them a story. Henry had a partner, Victor Lane, who vanished with him. "Tall man, wore a long coat," Mr. Porter said. Sam and Ellie exchanged looks. "That's him," Sam said. "He's still here." They left, determined to confront Victor. At the library, Ellie found a photo of Victor from 1925, pale, stern, unmistakable. "He hasn't aged," she whispered. Sam shivered. "How's that possible?" They didn't know, but they had the clock, and Victor wanted it. That evening, they set a trap. Sam left a note in the square. "Meet me at the tower, midnight. Bring the journal." They hid nearby, waiting. At midnight, Victor appeared, journal in hand. "Where's the clock?" he snarled. Sam stepped out. "Why do you want it?" Victor sneered. "To finish what Henry started. Immortality. That gear's the key." Ellie jumped out, flashlight blazing. "You're done." Victor lunged, but Sam dodged, and they ran, leading him to the woods. Chapter 6. The Final Tick. In the woods, Sam and Ellie reached the workshop. Victor followed, furious. "Give it to me," he shouted. Sam held the clock. "Why'd you betray Henry?" Victor laughed, cold and bitter. He wouldn't share the secret. "I took it, used it to live. But it's fading. I need that gear." Sam realized Victor had stolen Henry's invention, leaving him to die. "You're a thief," he said. Victor charged, but Ellie tripped him with a rope they'd set. He fell, and Sam grabbed the journal. Inside was Henry's last note. "Destroy the gear to end it." Sam hesitated, then smashed the clock on a rock. The gear shattered, its glow fading. Victor screamed, aging rapidly, wrinkles, gray hair until he collapsed still. The fog lifted and the tower clock chimed, ticking again. Back in town, Sam and Ellie told the story. "It's over," Sam said, relieved. Mrs. Harper smiled. "You fixed time, lad." The key, now dull, sat in Sam's pocket, a reminder of the mystery he'd solved. Willow Creek returned to its quiet ways, but Sam knew he'd found his calling. With Ellie by his side, he was ready for the next puzzle life might bring. Thank you, amazing viewers. We're so grateful to you for listening to our story videos on English through stories. Your support for adventures like The Mystery of the Silent Clock and The Mystery of the Whispering Caves means the world to us. Keep learning English with us. More exciting stories are coming.